Well, welcome everybody to the Michael Bernoff Show. Thrilled that you're here today. And most importantly, I'm thrilled that you are looking to make things happen in your life that aren't currently happening and using one of the most powerful words that we talk about in coaching called confidence. How to develop the confidence that you truly, truly need to take the steps, do the things that you need to get from where you are to where you want to go. Because after working with enough high performers in my life, I've realized that is the gateway to making it happen. I'm here with my co-host, Jaden Easton, and we're here to dive deep into you truly making your life be what you want it to be and truly having the confidence to get it and make it happen. So Jaden, we are here, we're live. They've wanted to know about confidence. We talk about it all the time with people. And this is not the confidence that when people see this, like, oh my gosh, I'm not confident. You and I were talking about this prior to the show. Like, how does this show up for people? Because you've been getting the Q&A, you've been getting the questions. We've got live coaching we'll be doing today. This has been a topic people have had. And when you dug deep, and you found out what they really wanted with your great question asking, what'd you find out?
Yeah, this is going to be a really great episode. Like you said, we're not talking about, how you can go from zero confidence to having confidence, because we actually have the belief that you already have confidence watching this show. There's some area in your life. Maybe it's with your kids. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's situationally business. But there's an area in your life where you have confidence. We're talking about how do we raise that level of confidence and also apply it to more areas of your life. Because we have a belief that that's the real superpower right there, is if you could show up a more confident version of yourself in more areas of your life. You could close bigger deals. You could, submit that application for that TED Talk, whatever it is that you want to do that's slightly outside of your comfort zone. We want to talk about ways that you can raise that level of confidence on today's show while taking live viewer questions.
So I'd say the way the format works, if you're brand new to the show, one thing I was going to tell you, if you're brand new to the show, one of the biggest things we do, we believe in the power of coaching and assisting people getting where they want to go. Because one of the, I guess the symptoms of a high performer is they've got a lot of things they want to achieve. And thoughts are things, if you're not familiar with what that means, like thoughts are physically like real things that live, like maybe you don't see them, but they live here. It's like, I want this, I want this, I want that. So we keep on coming up with all these things that we want. And to think that you can do it by yourself is crazy. So what transforms people, one of the first things we work with people is to move them from just a high performer to a highly efficient, highly effective performer. And that's someone that says, okay, got it. I want to be more effective. I'm going to let somebody help me. And I'm willing to share my thought, share my idea, and let's actually put it back in my mind better than it currently was. So that's where the questions come in. And we're going to share with you in a little bit how you can be a live caller today on the show and get your question asked. But this is, before we even get started, one thing I just want to challenge everybody to realize is you're already confident. I believe everybody has 100% confidence. I believe they're using 100% of their confidence. But the question is, what are you using it for? I watch a lot of people with insecurities. They are confident they're insecure. They're using 100% of their confidence to be insecure. And you're like, well, Michael, that doesn't solve anything. But it shows you what you're dealing with. And when I say it shows you what you're dealing with, if you're 100% confident that you're not good at something, well, you're using your confidence to be not good at something. So we're going to unravel that today. We're going to share it with you. I want to show you what we have taught some of the highest performing athletes, the UFC fighters. They're another type of an athlete that we've worked with, to business owners, to entrepreneurs, to moms and dads, people that want to win in life, how they have learned how to use their confidence to get the things that they want. And I'm going to show you this in real time with reality here today. So Jaden, how do they ask questions? What happens here?
Our team is going to put a overlay on the screen right now. And if you text the word ask to 480-800-8051, you'll be sent the private line to have an opportunity to get coached live with Michael on today's show, all about confidence. But if you're watching the replay and you're not watching it live, still text ask to 480-800-8051, because the question will still come to us, and then you can hop on a future show, future episode to get coached. Here's the thing, like oftentimes a lot of high performers, sometimes they have this mentality that, to get to the level of success that they got to, they did it themselves. They did it with grit. They did it with determination. But then you reach a point where that becomes a real limiter. And there's a reason why all professional sports teams have coaches. There's a reason if you read biographies, you realize that the highest performers in business, highest performers in life, they have some kind of wise counsel. They have some kind of coaching, some kind of mentorship. This is one of the big reasons that, we wanted to create this show, is so that high performers could have a space to work with you, which you have a real gift for allowing people to recognize what's limiting them, from playing at that level that, they know deep down that they're capable of playing, that you as a viewer, deep down you're capable of playing. And get to see, we have some people, Beth from Maryland. We can see your chats in the YouTube. Let us know where you're tuning in from as well. But
even after the show's over, like let us know, because we go back through this like, oh, we got a big group of people in Paris, Texas, or we've got a whole bunch of people in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Right. Like we need to go dig deep there. So welcome as you're jumping on. Let us know where you're calling in from. So let's get at it. Whether it's a framework or questions, I'd love to really dig on this. So as you're starting here watching this today, I got to ask you a question. Are you too talented to be getting the results you're currently getting? And I want you to think about that. Are you working too hard to only be getting the results that you're currently getting? And I want you to really think about that. We got some from the Netherlands right now. Let us know, how talented are you right now versus the results that you're getting? And if there's a mismatch between how hard you work and the results you're getting, it isn't confidence, like I've got to get my grit and I got to become confidence. It's really about becoming competent in the thing that you want to be doing. And I'm going to talk a little about the difference between those words today, that a professional athlete is competent in what they're doing, which allows them to be confident, and one doesn't become before the other. But there is a system for this. I'm going to break it down today a little later on the show. And this isn't that you're going to leave here today and go, man, I've got all the answers to everything I need. This is a seed, and that's what coaching is. It's an idea. It's a couple of words. It's a couple of things that wake you up. It could be a song. It could be a movement. It could be an idea. I mean, I was driving this morning. I remember this guy, Larry, back in, I believe I was 19, 20 years old. I'm making a lot of cold calls back then. I'm in my direct sales business. And this guy, Larry, says to me, Michael, he's like a California guy. He goes, thoughts are things. And he said it with like surfer voice. And I'm like, yeah, man, I believe that. And I'm driving today to the studio, and it hit me what he meant. Thoughts are physically things. They live in a different plane. They live in a different universe. So like your thought doesn't have a physicality that you can see, but it interferes and impacts a lot of what we do. So when somebody says thoughts are things, what you think, what other people think, has the ability to impede or impact your confidence in a big way. So a lot of what we're going to discuss today is the physical plane of confidence is what you see on the outside.
Right.
I'd say 99% of it is the thoughts on the inside. And this is not some woo thing. This is what the batter thinks in the batter box is more important than how well he swings.
Right. Or, it's not what you say on the sales call of the script. It's actually like the minute before you're going into that call, what you're saying to yourself.
First, check your mind, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, check your mind. We'll figure it out. So let's get at it today. This is going to be super fun. About an hour of coaching, an hour of live stuff. If you've never had a coach before or been coached and never worked with us before, it's like real simple. You have a thing you want. You attempt to ask a question about it because for some reason you think you might have the answer or don't. You're open to the suggestions people give. You leave here with some new thoughts and ideas. You don't leave here perfect, but you got a new path and a new plan to walk on. And that's really what coaching really is. It's not doing it for you, and it's not even it done. It's a new, fresh perspective that offers you a new path to run on.
And you help a ton of people in the process. So we always really appreciate everybody having the courage to submit a question and channeling that confidence. So, Michael, you ready for our first live caller?
Yeah, I'd love it. And cheer them on. I mean, when you're watching here, cheer them on. We'll announce their name on the screen. Cheer them on. Let them know, great job. Maybe say if you relate to it, let us know. Let's go back and forth and connect on this stuff because it's super fun. Part of coaching is empowerment. And one thing I'm going to tell you about coaching is don't be a coach if you're not a coach and no one hired you to coach. And I'm just going to tell you this is like a lot of us try to coach our kids. encourage them, empower them. But if they didn't hire you to coach them and say, please, will you coach me? Stop being a coach. It's annoying. What you want to do is you come here for coaching. You hire the coach. You work with the coach. But as a parent, I'm going to tell you 2 better words you need to use is empower your children and encourage your children. Unless they hired you to coach them or asked for a solution, empower. Okay? That's going to make a bigger difference, and encourage. Those are 2 things we need to work on. When they say, hey, will you help me with this? Now we're talking coaching.
That's an important distinction. Comment empower and encourage in the comments. And we're going to welcome our first caller to really help us explore this, topic, this journey into confidence. We could be up here and we could talk at you for an hour, but what better way than to really, show you how you can show up more confident than to take real high performers and their challenges when it comes to confidence. So we're going to welcome our first caller. This is Shayna from Arizona.
Perfect. Shayna from Arizona. Welcome.
Our team is going to unmute you. And Shayna, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Shayna. Good morning. How are we today?
I am doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Glad you're here. So obviously, I'm going to ask the magic question. Do you have goals, dreams, and things you want in this world?
Yes, I do.
Do you consider yourself someone willing to work hard and do what it takes to get there?
Absolutely.
Then you're in the right place. What's your question, my friend?
First, I just wanted to share, Michael, it's Shauna. Good to meet you.
How are you, Shauna?
I'm doing well.
Good.
So, my question here, I'm really good at selling other people's items and services.
Mm-hmm.
However, when it comes to
Now I'm going to stop you right there. You're pretty confident about that, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely.
So I want you to think about that. I'm confident in selling other people's stuff. So you're using, if there was 100% capability of confidence, you are using a large percentage of your confidence to be confident in that statement, correct?
That is correct.
So careful, if we only have $1, you just used all of it. Got it to click, didn't it? Keep going.
Okay. So when it comes to talking to people about money that they owe me or my services, my confidence goes down. I feel uncomfortable in my body, and I will actually touch on every point other than money.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
can you help me with my confidence there?
Well, I don't think you have a confidence issue there, and that's the challenge. Most people don't really have a confidence issue. That is a marketing term that we use to get you on the show today, and the reason I'm going to say that is I don't believe you have a confidence issue. Anyone listening to the show, you can rewind for a couple seconds later, and I encourage you to do this. She had, I am so confident in getting other people's products sold, right? And then she goes, well, when it comes to my thing, I go like this, and I cower like this. So she was direct, and I know you are, Shauna. I get it. I say it correctly. You are stern, and it was important that your name was said correctly. So obviously you believe you matter, correct? And you took the time to correct me or to facilitate with love that you are Shauna, correct?
I did.
Good. But you're not using that same power to help people and correct them why they should do business with you. So you're using all your power to be seen. And I don't know how much you are really using your power to actually be heard. And what I mean by that is, what is your strategy for actually getting people to listen to you about what it is that you do? Because if you use that little cowering voice of like, well, when I do talk about my products, I sink in my chair and I use a lower voice. So what if it was something as simple as when you describe your stuff, you have a voice for that. And when you describe other people's stuff, you've got a voice for that. Is there some truth there?
I can see that.
Well, let's hear it real quick in real time for all the viewers to listen to. So without acting around anything, just very quickly, why don't you position this for me? What is someone else's product you've sold in the past? What kind of thing? You don't have to tell me the name of the company, but what was it?
Insurance.
Very good. Tell me why I'd need it.
Well, because it's going to protect you in the event that you have an accident.
Very good. And I hear that. And why would I want that?
Even if somebody else is at fault, if they don't have insurance, we can cover you as well. So you're protected and your family's protected.
Very good. So my question then, and I want you to think about this right now, and this is a very, very important piece of the puzzle is, now what I'd like you to do is very, very quickly, I want you to offer me, tell me about your product and your service.
Okay, I coach Christian women ages 35 to 55. who are busy, burned out, overwhelmed, getting closer to God with their identity.
Okay, stop. Got it. Really cool. That's great. And I appreciate that. What a great service you do. Did you feel the difference in your tone?
Oh, I feel uncomfortable. Yes.
Yeah, you feel uncomfortable talking about it. So here's are you uncomfortable sharing it? Or is it that, are you uncomfortable sharing it? Or is it that there is a way that you talk about one and not talk about the other? So when I think about confidences, how do you know that you're good at selling this other product?
I have results.
There you go. Boom. So you are connecting results and that I'm good at confident. And do you know confidence and results have zero to do with each other, but you've just tied them together? See, what's funny is, yeah, but you see it now. So this I've done, I know the result, and I'm confident knowing that I'm going to get a good result. So you've tied, and this is where confidence becomes a challenge for people. It's like, I'm not the same baseball player that I'll work with. A baseball player starts getting into a batting slump, right? And they're a very good baseball player. They're a professional. They've been in the league for 10 years. They are so freaking good. But then they go into like a midsummer slump, right? And they're like, I'm not good. So here's the question. Is it that you're not good, or is it that it is what I'm currently doing? So I'm going to give you two words right now, I and it. So whenever you think about this, you would say, I am good at selling insurance, correct?
Yes.
And then you'd say, it's really hard to market my own business, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the difference between I and it, and I want everyone to understand the difference, is the confidence game. If you remove the T, and obviously the T reminds you of a symbol that you probably know of from your profession and what you do on Sundays. So you think of what the T looks like, right? So you can remember to move this and give that to somebody else. That would help you. But the point is, I is the confidence and the it is the pattern in the program. So is it that you're not confident, or do you have a pattern that when you explain someone else's product, or when you start explaining your own thing, you do not do it the same level? So you never looked at it this way, do you?
I have not.
Very good. So I want to separate the I and the it. And the reason why I want to separate it is this. In the past, your confidence, and you're writing this down right now because you think it's a math equation, but it's not. And I want you to stick with me because I can feel it that you're writing it, right? Because I can tell you can feel it, I can see it. And the part of why I'm saying this right now is it that you are not able to do it, or is it you're not transferring the same level of confidence over?
It's the level of confidence. I know I'm able to do it. I have proof. Okay. I have results.
Okay, so I want to help you real quick. Do you lack confidence, or you're not transferring confidence from one to the other?
Not transferring confidence.
Got it. So you need to say that. So got it. I figured it out. I'm going to transfer the same confidence that I have from this to this. I have it here. I'm a batter. I had it in like late August. I'm losing it a little in September as the playoffs are coming up. I didn't lose it. I have to transfer how I was then. So here's the deal. Why don't you stop thinking you're selling someone else's? Why don't you stop thinking you're selling your own product? Because you're not even selling your own product. You're selling a product that somebody else is asking you to pitch. And if you look upstairs, you know exactly who's asking you to pitch it, correct?
All right. Yeah.
So your little story of, I'm not good at selling my own product. This wasn't even your product. This is someone else's product. They're actually asking you to pitch. Am I correct?
Yes.
You've said before you had a calling, didn't you?
I have.
So when you stop telling people you're on your own, just say, I'm not on my own. God's got me up to this.
And that's the way the enemy has stopped me.
I don't believe there was an enemy. I don't think enemy has stopped you, because I don't believe really there's an enemy. I believe that there's a guiding force, and the enemy's a coach. So I'm going to tell you that's what the coach has actually designed me to do. I'm glad I caught on to that right now. So you called an enemy, you'll be in trouble. You called a coach, and you're going to get where you want to go. Go take what you learned and run with it.
Thank you.
Now, I want to dig deep on that, Jaden, for a second and really talk about that. Is a lot of times we attach I, like I'm not good at something.
Yeah.
And whenever we say I'm not good at something, or I'm able to do this, we validate it that it's ourselves.
Well, when we call like an identity, right?
It's an identity thing. And identity creates confidence. And the reason identity creates confidence, and what begins to happen is air. Okay. What happens is this. What begins to happen for all of us is we wind up being one of those people that we separate the I and the it. And the it is, This is what it is doing. This is what it shows me. This is how it works. The I is the power. And we need to realize, here's what I'm able to do. We've got to look at ourselves, not at the pattern of the program. So I don't believe she has a challenge. I believe she's totally confident. The challenge is using all of her confidence to say, I'm good at this. The real hindrance is I'm good at this.
Right.
And in those wonderful phrases, used 100% of her confidence to avoid the other things she needs. So I'm going to transfer some of my confidence over there to here.
The other thing I love that you said as well is, you touched on also skills and how sometimes, if there's something that we want that we feel like we're not confident in, let's just say like, I want to become a public speaker, I want to do more like keynotes. It can also be this like almost like false expectation that I should be good at it right away versus, I just have to have the confidence to, host one and get better. And actually, like if I want to become a speaker, like to speak, and that like you get to it through action versus just telling yourself that, oh, I should just wake up one day like more confident.
I mean, this is the other thing that she can do, which is so powerful. She's got the ability to do is to really say, like, walk into the meeting and go, if I was her, I would say, hey, listen, I would start off at the beginning, like I sell insurance. I would say I've been selling insurance I would just walk in and capture and borrow the confidence from the other place. I'd walk in and go, listen, I sold insurance with confidence, and I would say it for 2 decades. And now I want to ensure people's salvation. I want to ensure, you know what I'm saying? I want to ensure people's ability to feel and get what they want. And Shauna, you're still listening. Give me a yes. You're getting this down below in the chat. But she can walk in and stop trying to be 2 different people.
Right.
She's both. We're all both, okay? We're the saint, we're the sinner, we're all of it. And this is so important. So the first thing she can do is borrow the confidence from where it lives. And that's one of the first stages I'm going to give you is, so I'd walk in every meeting. I go, listen, for years, I confidently sold insurance and I dominated in so many areas of my life and I help people do this. So right now I'm working on taking that same confidence to get you to see how powerful you could be by this. And then, man, she's going to need more people to help her build her business because it's going to grow. So Shauna, there is your answer. Give me in the chat that you got that. And if not, somebody flag her and let her know they listen to that.
Yeah.
So,
give Shauna some love.
Shauna,
in the chat.
awesome
Again,
share.
We can see all of your interactions in the chat right in front of us.
Give it up for
we
Shauna.
want to give some shout outs, give Shauna some love. And what better time than to dive in and really own the power of your confidence than now? Michael wrote the best-selling book, Average Sucks. And it's this philosophy that we have different averages in our life. Like you have an average in the level of your confidence right now. And this book is a really great place to start to discover and learn, how you can break out of that average. And we have a few words to tell you about it.
So here's why you need the book. It's very, very simple. When I first started writing this book, I had this really great idea for a subtitle, the psychological understanding, all this really cool stuff. And then I realized simply, this is all anybody wants to know, why you don't get what you want and what to do about it. This powerful book that's easy to read is going to show you not only why you don't get what you want, it's going to show you exactly how to get it. A few hours from now, you'll know exactly what you need to do. Order the book.
To order a book, and you can let us know in the chat. We're going to also include in your package an Average Sucks shirt, same kind of Average Sucks shirt that I'm wearing right now. We'll send you one. The great thing about this shirt is people stop you on the street and they're like, hey, I like your shirt. And it's not just anyone. It's other high performers. It's people that are doing things in life. This shirt has started so many amazing conversations. I've been at cafes, just working away. I'll literally have people sit down at my table. They're like, tell me about this shirt. It ends up being just the coolest person.
I made millions wearing the shirt. And what's funny is I thought that was good. I have real estate agents that I've worked with that have said they've closed multiple millions wearing the shirt because they're an above average real estate agent.
Right. So grab your copy of the Average Sucks book. The team will put the screen up one more time. You can text book to 480-800-8051. It's a great way to just get started in Michael's world, to really dive deeper into this philosophy that we have, that average sucks, which isn't this philosophy that, average and mediocre sucks, even though it does, but it's this philosophy that even a high performer, Olympic athletes, they have an average, but what makes them a high performer and what makes you a high performer is this desire to keep on pushing that average. And that's what this book is all about. So order your copy now, 480-800-8051. If you text book, QR code's on the screen. The first person to let me know they ordered it, we'll send you an Average Sucks shirt with your order. But that being said, Michael, so really powerful first principle to becoming more confident in any situation, which was to borrow confidence from something you already are confident in. Because again, like we said in the beginning of the episode, we're not entertaining this idea that, you don't have any confidence. You have confidence somewhere that you can borrow from, and you can use it to do the things that will allow you to perform at a higher level, to close bigger deals, to say yes to that keynote, to start. Maybe you have a vision on your heart to write your book, and you need to borrow some confidence to write your book, whatever it may be, borrowing that confidence. That being said, do you want to dive into our second caller, Michael?
Yeah, I'd love to
layer into that before we do.
I'd love to dive into second caller. We'll get them prepped and ready to go. Let me know who they are in a second. Really, the thing with Shauna earlier, and really again, give her a shout out online for sharing that. This is really important. She was so confident that she was confident in the thing. Like, we've got to be careful how confident we are at the thing that we're confident in, and like, where are we using our confidence? So a lot of people are like, no, I'm really good at this, I'm not good at that. Like, I'm really good at like meeting people, but closing I'm not good at. And that means they're like confident at meeting people, but they're confident that they're not at the other. So it's like, we only get 100% confidence. What are we using it for? So like, really, over the next couple days, look over the next 90 days and really ask, like, what am I really confident in? And not even why. Like, is this serving me? That's a big piece of the puzzle. So let's get another caller.
Let's get another caller. We are going to welcome Kathy from Michigan.
Kathy from Michigan. Welcome, Kathy.
We're going to send you an unmute request, Kathy.
Unmute, Kathy.
Yay.
How you doing, Kathy?
Hey, Kathy. How can I serve you? How can I assist?
Hi, Michael. Well, this is my deal. I have a great health business opportunity that I would love to share with more people.
Cool.
But I just can't seem to pick up the phone for, honestly, I've been trying to figure it out for a long time.
Okay.
And
So
I need you to walk me through something.
I'm going to help you. Can I ask you not to have a pen, and I want you just to experience what I'm going to share. So if I was working with a professional athlete, I would say to them, they're like, I'm really good at this, but I can't figure out why I'm not doing it. I don't think you need to figure out why you're not doing it, but I'm going to share this with you. It's in your language and the way that you explain what it is that you said. And I want you to listen carefully. I have a great opportunity to help people with health. Like, you know this is great, don't you?
I do.
You've got testimonials you've seen that are epic, correct?
Correct.
You care so much, just like the last caller did. Like, I want this for people at a level, correct?
That is very true.
So right now, you've got this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing in front of you. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so wonderful. It's beautiful. I don't want anybody to hurt it. It's called an idea. And you've got an idea that doesn't live in reality. So here's the part that I want you to recognize. I don't think you lack confidence. I think you lack reality. And reality says not everybody's truly going to like what it is you have. And what's interesting is I would say 97% of the people are going to have zero interest in what it is you're offering. Now, I know you know that intellectually, but you're not willing to accept that yet. And because of that, you want to protect it. And what I mean by protect it is you want to protect this beautiful thing that you have. And I hear it in your language, like, because you start off with like, Michael, I've got this great thing. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. I really, really, really love it. But I don't really know if I want to share it with people. And the reason you want to share it is they might get their muddy hands on it. They might get fingerprints on it. They may get you to potentially not believe the thing you believe, correct?
Oh, that is, 100%. 100%
So
accurate.
what if your confidence issue had little to do with sales and had more to do with that you need to be confident how actually business works? And here's what I'm confident in. Most people are not going to be interested in what you're offering. Have you accepted that? No.
I think I understand that, and I probably have not accepted that.
The faster you accept it, the more confident you're going to be, and you're going to crack up. And this is why in sales back in the old days, we would say like some will, some won't, so what next? And you've got to realize is I'm going to do my best. What'd you say? I'm going to do my what?
Best.
To share the passion I have inside with people and to show them what I've got. And whatever outcome I get. And that's really what it's all about. I'm not going to make them like it. I'm not going to make them feel what I feel right off the bat, but I'm just going to get really, really good at sharing this simple idea with people. And this is the part that I'm going to layer into you, and I want you to really, really understand right now is that you're capable of having the thing that you want, But I believe you're thinking your issue is sales, and it's actually not sales. It's protection. You're protecting this beautiful idea you have in your head instead of building a business you want. So here's the question. Do you want to build a business or do you want to protect a thought?
I want to build a business.
So you're confident that if somebody hurts your thought, the business won't work.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
So here's the deal. There's going to be blood on the battlefield. There's going to be, don't do business if you're not. I'm confident in this. It's going to be ups and downs and roller coasters and shit storms. Do you understand? I'm confident in that. I've been doing business for 25 years. Ups and downs and lefts and rights, and you want to keep it pretty still. So the problem is you're confident that it should work the way it works. So I don't think that your challenge is you're not willing to do it, because you are. I just think you're using all your energy to protect instead to get.
Oh, that is accurate. Oh, big time.
Okay, so what are you going to do with that?
Light bulb.
What are you going to do? What's the light bulb?
The light bulb is I'm just going to share what I have, and whether they do it or they don't, at least I did my service.
And for the first 20 or 30 ways that you explain it, you will be horrible at it.
Absolutely.
You will be.
I am, because I've shared it.
But I
millions
want
of times.
you might as well be confident with people. Listen, I'm going to be really shitty trying to get my words out because I'm more excited. I'm more excited than I am good at explaining. My excitement's here. My explaining is here, and I'm rancid at explaining, but I'm very, very excited. So I'm going to explain this to you, and literally, I just got to do this. And then you can be confident in that. Shift your confidence. And that's the funny part people don't realize. It's not like you're not willing to do it. Shift it, shift it, shift it, shift it. Got it?
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Very good.
Thank you so
Very
much.
good. Very good. I love that. And that's how that whole thing works. And I'm going to tell you, shift the confidence to another area. And I will tell you, and Shauna, we'll get to your question here in a second about Amazon. And I believe it's averagesucks.com as they need to go to get the book. It's averagesucks.com. It's not the link that we put up. So go to averagesucks.com. I believe that'll be able to help you. We'll drop that in the chat. So to answer your question, I want to really explain what I just said to her so everybody can understand it. She's confident that she wasn't good at it.
Right.
So she needs to go confidently tell people, I'm not that good at this, and let them know.
Well, I was going to say, the thing that I loved, too, was, like, sometimes, and I'm speaking for myself here, we have this bar inside our heads of, like, where it needs to be for us to be confident, where I love what you did. And to me, it's like a strategy where it's like, I'm not going to be confident that the first time I pitch my product, it has to be perfect. I'm just going to have confidence that, I'm going to pitch my product, and lower the win is kind of what I'm trying to get to. And that was a big light bulb moment for me. Is it's like, I think sometimes we have this, like, in our mind, we're envisioning this, like, this perfection that kind of drains our confidence. Yes. It's this image, or, for some people it might be a sound or a feeling, but inside of our head. Whereas if we can lower what success kind of actually means.
Yeah, and it's not even like success, overall success. It's like, what is the result that we're looking for? So she's like, I want to be someone that's really good at this.
Right.
So her version of really good at this, she's not taking into consideration what the person actually went through. So I want everyone to listen right now. The person that you admire that is extremely confident, that is absolutely doing the thing that you want to be doing, like, oh my God, I want to be like them. They're just so good at that. We've all heard before, we don't know what they went through. The thing is, they know what they went through. And if you're willing to say, I'm willing to go through what they went through, I'd love to speed up the process as much as possible and not jump from here to here, you're going to be more effective. The reason that confident person could then go transfer that skill to something else is they've already done the work. They've done the thing. They've been involved. It's this internet culture where we're watching social media. We want to jump from here to here. And anyone know that's like jump from here to here, they typically have like a big down. They go on the roller coaster. They're what I call an opportunist. The person that really builds the skill and gets out there and goes, I'm going to put in the reps. I'm going to build the skill. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to figure it out. Those people are the ones that get the thing that they want. So I believe we're just using our confidence incorrectly. I mean, I've never met a person that didn't have confidence. I've met someone that was extremely confident that he didn't have confidence. I've met someone that's really confident that alcohol was the only answer, and that's what they believed. I've met drug addicts that believe that they were confident that drugs would do the thing they need. Very, very rarely do I meet a human. Actually, I've never met anyone that didn't have confidence. We all have extreme confidence in all areas of our lives. We have to now either shift the confidence to another area, or we have to transfer the confidence in a different way. So that's my challenge. Like, how are you using your current confidence is the real question. And that's one of the that's one of the really deciding factors of professional people that get out of the slumps they're in. Like, they'll tell me, Michael, I'm in a slump. I'll say, are you confident? Oh, yeah, I'm not hitting well. Okay, got it. So you are literally in a slump permanently. No, I'm not permanently. Got it. It's for a period of time. I will destroy their confidence in it by asking a couple of questions, because remember, thoughts are things.
I was just going to go back to that. You started off, we were talking about thoughts are things, and it's these conversations, these, the words that we're saying inside of our head. And that's one of the beautiful things about this show each and every week, is that it's almost like a little software update for your brain, so that you're communicating with yourself in a more efficient and effective way. Really, you're self-influencing yourself for good, instead of oftentimes what we do is we self-influence ourselves either unconsciously or for bad.
It's the preamble, and the reason I say it's the preamble. What the point of the preamble is, like, if you listen to the last two callers or any of the callers we ever get, there's always a preamble, and it's okay. Like, they're going to tell me their belief and their confidence to start thinking I need that, and then eventually we're going to get to what they really want to talk about. So, like, they're going to tell me what they're super confident in. So it goes back to kindergarten. Like, I want you to like me, and I want to like me. So I want to feel good, or I want you to like me. So I'm going to tell you a couple things that I'm good at, and then we're going to get to the meat and potatoes, and we're going to move into what we need. So the big part of this, as you're hearing people ask questions, is really see what you can do to relate to this, because every person that you come across is either going to be who you are, who you've been, or who you'd like to be. So as you hear people speak, these represent parts of your life, your neighbor, your friend, your colleague, other stuff. So it's not just a caller from New Mexico. It's not a caller from the Netherlands that's dialing in. It's somebody that relates to your life. So I'd love to get a few more questions and really work on the theme of what we're getting. In the meantime, I'll tell you, want to increase your confidence. One of the things you could do is subscribe to the channel, commit that you're going to be here more often on the show, click the little button that allows you to remember to get back to the show. That's how we know what to talk about. We know what to do. You can submit your question very, very easily, and we'll give you that here in a couple seconds. Yet something really confident that you can do is let the people in your life know that you're working on you. This will level up your game. Grab the share link right now of this show and put it on your wall. Tag me if you want. We got a chance to, connect with you as well on that. Put it on your Facebook, put it on your LinkedIn. Let people know you're here. You'll be shocked in the next couple of weeks. Someone's gonna be like, thank you for sharing that. You made a difference in my life. That's how you increase your confidence, by doing good things. So subscribe, hit the notification to let you know about future shows, and share this with people you care about. So I want to announce one more time how we ask questions, and then let's get another one.
Yes. And again, even if you're watching the replay, still text ASK to 480-800-8051. You'll be given the private line to join and potentially get coached by Michael live, as you've seen a couple times already. And if we don't get to your question, this week, it's always in queue to either answer it live one-on-one with Michael, or, a little bit later on throughout the show here, we'll also just do some text-in questions as well, which is really, really powerful. So ask to 480-800-8051. And we'd love to hear how we can help you perform at an even higher level, just like we've already done with Shauna, just like we've already done with Kathy. And speaking of, a texting question, one question I want to get to before we go to our next live caller is from Marcelin from Massachusetts. And Marcelin asks, how can I have more confidence in job interviews, especially, when it's over Zooms and Teams? So Marcelin is basically saying that, generally outside of interviews, feels like they're a pretty confident person, but when they sit down in front of that Zoom screen to do that Zoom interview, it's like they become a different person.
Well, become a different person, meaning they say they become a different person, but they don't. And really part of that is in the outside world, you'd say you lack experience on camera. And the thing is, it isn't that you lack experience, is you're used to real-time interactions. There's an area you're comfortable in and an area you're not comfortable in. So the first thing we'd want to say is we want to admit it. We got to admit, listen, I'm more confident in person than I am on Zoom. Now, part of that is it could be saying at the beginning, just to borrow confidence, it could be the same technique we shared earlier. She can get on and say, listen, I live my life face to face. I'm a Gen Xer. I've never really did Zoom prior to 2020.
It's all how you frame it.
And it's all you frame it to. And you're framing it to them, but you're also framing it to yourself. And it's not saying, oh, look at me, I'm scared and nervous. It's listen, prior to 2020, I've never done an interview like this. This is crazy. Now I'm doing Zoom. I never thought I'd be doing this, but here we are, and I'm working to get better at this. That's one thing. Number two, prior to going in, you've got to understand that other person, they're just uncomfortable as you are. Right. They don't want to. They're feeling the same thing you are.
It could be their first interview. You don't know that.
So you got to break the ice. So you might have simply go. Hey, listen. You might have simply go. Hey, listen. We're here now on Zoom. I'd love to meet one of these days face to face. Let's do the best we can here on Zoom, and we'll figure it out from there. And the reason is just call it out.
Right.
Like, don't call out I'm nervous.
Yep.
Call out where you are, and then you'll be more confident. Because one of the things, what I call it the call out, when we call out where we're at and we call out what we're doing instantaneously, what I love about this is call out. It's like, it's the Eminem thing from the movie where he called, remember that? He called out like, yeah, I live in a trailer park, and you know what I'm saying? I am broke, and you know what I mean? And I did throw up on myself. Like, it was all call it out. So I'm just going to tell people, call it out, like, but not defecate.
It's how you frame it, of course, just like you said. But what I'm loving here is like whatever you let fester in the dark, just starts to brew and to grow, and it like robs your confidence. So if there's a persistent thought that's robbing your confidence, call it out in a way that's like framed correctly. Of course, use a little common sense. But I love that.
Yeah, and it definitely works. So I would just start off and go, you know what? Glad we're on Zoom because it's better than being on the phone, right? Because at least I can see you. But I would prefer face to face. But here we are. Let's go. And I will tell you, she does that, then she's taking control of the meeting. And you also got to realize, like, who's in control? You are. You're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. And I would go into the meeting and go, listen, I'm going to interview this person. I'm going to see if they're worth my time. And that's an attitude shift. I'm going to interview this person and see if they're worth my time. Bingo, boom, done.
One thing that I've heard Deborah say that's always rung true is it's like, are you choosing or are you being chosen? And that's that subtle framing of going into it with, no, I'm choosing here.
Yes, that's big. That's
big. Okay, well, Marcel, you're gonna love that. Appreciate the question. That fit really great into this week's show. I know it's gonna resonate with a lot of people watching live, watching the replay. That being said, let's get into our next live caller.
Yep.
We have Grace from Missouri.
Grace, Missouri. Welcome, Grace, to the show.
Our team's going to bring you out here. But Grace, excited to have you on the show. What is your question? We're sending you an unmute request, Grace. There we go.
Grace from the Show Me State. What's up, Grace?
Oh, you were unmuted.
You were unmuted, and now we can't hear you.
Just unmuted.
Bring it up louder.
Okay. Hello. How's it going? Thank you so much.
Okay.
My question is that I am actually I'm pretty confident, but I self-sabotage. So
okay, stop. Just stop real quick. What did you say prior to going on? I'm going to backtrack this for everybody. I'm going to show you how powerful this is.
Okay.
They said you're the next caller and you're going to be unmuted, correct? You heard that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell went in your mind prior to, like, when they said that? What did you say to yourself? Just be honest. Whatever first comes out of your mouth, what did you say to yourself prior?
I said, oh, wow. Oh, no.
Okay, good. And what's funny is your preamble was internal. Remember, thoughts are things. So prior to going in the batting box, you go, oh, God, I'm in a slump, or, oh, man, I'm going to kill this ball out of the park. So if we started again and they said you're unmuted, okay, got it. I'm going to go solve this right now. See, you didn't say that to yourself. Your inner voice is causing you, whatever you're about to tell me, whatever it is you want to know, whatever you do prior to the thing you do is more important than the thing you actually do. So I want you to think about that for a second. It's the internal dialogue that you had prior to doing, oh, no, I'm on. I hope I do a good job. And then you have no file to pull. You're not sure what's going on. So anyways, let's continue. And why don't you just cut to the chase now that the preamble's out of the bag? You're this. What is your question?
How do I stop self-sabotaging myself to get the success I want and know I can get and deserve?
So you're currently self-sabotaging yourself, correct?
Yeah.
Great. So you're using your confidence for that. What a ridiculous word, self-sabotage. It's a BS personal development concept created years ago. Therapists created it to keep people for long-term. Self-sabotage. Are you self-sabotaging or are you just not doing what you want to do?
Not doing what I want to do.
Well, first off, you stop saying sabotage, because sabotage, the only time I want you to say that is when you're talking about the Beastie Boys. Does that sound fair? That's the only time I ever want you to say it as the Beastie Boys, and I want you to just picture Sabotage the song. You remember that song? Sabotage. Yes. Okay, so now you're laughing, right? And everyone listening, it's called a pattern interrupt if you're not familiar with it. So are you self-sabotaging or are you, protecting yourself from getting what you want?
Protecting myself from getting what I want. Yes.
So why don't you call it what it is? What are you protecting yourself from? What is it that you want?
Money.
Okay, well, you have money.
Yes, I do.
You want more money.
Yes.
And these other people have what you don't have, correct?
Correct.
And they did things that you're not doing.
Yes.
And you're choosing not to do those things, correct?
Yeah.
Got it. Because you're comfortable doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, good. So what is your exact question? Because you're pretty confident with a bunch of yeses on me breaking down what you're doing. But here's my question. I'm going to ask you right now. Do you have a real plan, or is it just one day you're going to become one of these rich, successful people? Like, do you have a real plan?
Not really, no.
Well, then how the hell is that going to work?
It's not.
Nothing's possible without at least the next step.
Right.
Like, what is the next step?
Build a violin program.
No, that's the 80th step from now. That's 900
Oh.
steps. What's your next step?
Take action.
Like, which one?
Make a violin YouTube.
I mean, do you even have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Okay, does it mention violin on it?
No,
Well-
it's got some violin videos.
Okay, we can change that, okay, to a different name, right? So,
Right.
yeah, so like, are you willing to take steps versus wind up there? I think you're trying to climb Everest with a helicopter you don't have, meaning you're going to have to take a couple of steps. Like, what are your next 3 steps?
Sorry. My next 3 steps are to change the YouTube channel name, have my friend film me skating while playing the violin,
Uh-huh.
and
It's not even
from that
that.
angle.
It is
Oh.
change the YouTube channel, email your friend. You don't even have to film it. You just got to email the damn friend. You got to call the friend.
I have actually, strangely.
Book
Yeah,
the
but
friend.
right. Book the friend. Book the
Okay.
friend.
Okay. So
Okay.
here's the deal. Do you have 2 hands?
Yes.
You have 2 feet?
Yes.
You have no excuses. And the reason is this is a steps and a hand thing, which means a couple of fingers on keyboards to change something and a couple of fingers on a phone to call somebody, correct? You've been
Correct.
using your mind when this requires your feet and your hands.
Yes. Yes.
I'm being serious. Have you been using
Yeah.
your feet?
No.
Have you been using your hands?
No.
You've been building
no,
a
I need
story.
to.
Yeah. So what I'm going to challenge you to think about right now is your next 3 steps. So you come back to the next show next week or the week after, whenever our next show is. And when you come
Okay.
back to the next show, I want you to show up and put in the box. Go, I did the first 3 steps. I even did the first 6 steps. Remember, booking the time is the step. Shooting the video is the next step. But I also want you to think past that. And I want you to also book the steps. You need at least 3 steps that you're going to take with either your hands or your feet.
Okay.
Because you've been trying to do it with your mind, haven't you?
Yes.
That's weird.
Mm.
How the hell are you going to do it with your mind? You're already done with the mind part.
Yeah,
You're already-
I am done with the annoying part.
just for now, go do 3 steps and then you're allowed to use your mind again. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely.
All right. So listen in, folks.
Thanks, Chris.
I encourage you, and if you're an able-bodied person, you got 2 feet, 2 arms. Listen, if you have a challenge, you don't have those things, these people are like, man, you got it easier. I don't care what it is that you're dealing with. Christopher Reeves used to say, he was Superman, he said, I don't feel bad for people with disabilities. I feel bad for able-bodied people that don't live their lives. Lady's got all the capacity in the world. She's trying to do it inside of her head instead of physically in the real world.
Yeah, this goes back to, again, it's like thinking in terms of A to Z, which gets you in your mind versus just what you said, A to B. What are those next few steps? And, talking about steps, there's never been a better time to become a person of confidence. And I'm not talking about just thinking about becoming a person of confidence, but actually taking action and creating an environment where you have no excuse but to raise your level of confidence and be confident in more areas. Every month, Michael has a program with 5 days of coaching where we dive deep into topics like confidence, raising your level of confidence. We talked about influencing yourself and others to get what it is that you want so you can close better deals, so you can have more confidence speaking in front of other people, so you don't just have situational confidence anymore. You actually identify as a person with confidence. If you text action to 480-800-8051, the team will put the QR code as well on the screen. You can join us for our next class. If you got value after spending less than an hour with Michael, Michael has been coaching a handful of people here. Imagine 2 hours a day for 5 days, what that would do in terms of pushing you outside of your comfort zone, taking massive action. If you could relate to Grace, and maybe you're in your head more than you'd like to be, let's get you out of your head, stop thinking about becoming a person of confidence, and actually plant your flag in the sand, do something about it. So don't just text in, text in action to 800-8051, but don't just start there. Then actually sign up for the class and join us next month. We have one of these every single month, and commit to becoming that person.
I mean, what a great way to be a person that not says, man, this sounds good, the show, actually put into your life. One of the most confident things we can do is to look at our calendar and go, no, I'm going to have this thing solved in the next 30 days. And that's one of the things I love. I look at my calendar and go, God, I'm going to learn from this guy on this day. I'm going to learn from this lady here. I'm going to figure that out. I could see it in my calendar that it's real in the real world. So thoughts are things, and actions are part of your thoughts, and we need to turn our thoughts into action. So I'd love to get one more thought, one more question.
Yeah, let's definitely get one more question. We're going to bring out Dila from Arizona. Our team is going to unmute you.
And give it up for everybody who's sharing here on the show, and give it up for everybody. If we don't get to you today, stick with us. We'll get to you. We'll make it happen. So Dila, what's going on, my friend?
Hi, Michael. I spoke with Isaac through the chat. I wanted to inform you that today's interaction with you has been pivotal, and I received my answers from Shauna and from Grace and from you. I'm lacking the authenticity when I transfer my confidence from one area that I'm successful in to an area I have no result in, and I'm putting the preamble in place that is causing the failure. So thank you so much. I have an action plan that I will be taking and steps going into place. You have been pivotal this morning, and I'm grateful that you're giving me the chance to let everybody know that sometimes sitting in the background is the best way, because your questions can be asked by other people and you learn more.
I mean, that's the beauty of coaching environments. That's one of the biggest things that we believe in. So the fact that you're here listening and doing, listen, do, that is a gift that you're giving yourself. So wow, amazing. Everybody watching on YouTube, give it up for her, because that's really the whole thing. She's borrowing from everybody. And a lot of times we hear other people speak and we don't go back and forth between them, listening to them talk. How can I use this myself? Listening to them talk. How can I use this myself? So that is so incredible. So doesn't sound like you need much. Thank you for sharing that, and I'm excited to hear your next couple shows and being able to share more about that and what you did and the actions you took and how you transferred it. And one of the greatest ways to do that transfer technique is literally to walk in and just go like, look, here's what I usually do, and now I'm here. By the time you're in that, you're already in motion, which is great. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Michael.
Thank you. Congratulations. Great stuff.
Thank you, Dila.
That's awesome.
That was so cool. And let us know in the chat if you're also finding the same thing. That you're not alone in the challenge that you're dealing with. That there's other people like you. And the beautiful thing though is we're all here and we're raising our average together.
Bingo. And that's what this is about. I mean, the type of coaching that we do, I do one-on-one private coaching with high-level clients. I work with people from hedge fund managers, large corporate people, to professional athletes, to everything, and everyday people. And what's so interesting about it is that some of the biggest wins people get is when we do it publicly. And when you share what it is you're working on, people go, dude, I'm dealing with that. I've dealt with that. I'm dealing with that. I know a guy dealing with that. What's going on? So the type of things we do at our events, whether it's call to action or core live, and this will not be an offer for this. You can go find me on michaelbernoff.com. You decide you want to work with me. The biggest way that we've done it for 20 something years is put a group of high performers in one room and let's grow together. And that's way better than doing it yourself. Folks, got to get off this whole do it yourself thing. We're in business by ourselves. I get that. We're in charge, but we don't have to be alone. we can do it together and we can grow together and make it happen. So I got time for one more question. I got someone here asking, I'm pretty, if you have any questions, subscribing, unsubscribing, traveling yet, email communication@michaelbernoff.com and just let them know what's going on. Email communication@michaelbernoff.com. My team will put that in the chat box in YouTube, communication@michaelbernoff.com. If someone could put that in there and just let them know you want to get back in, give name, phone number, stuff like that. Because if you opted out, you're going to miss out.
Let's do one more question then. We're gonna feature John Shecky. Now, John, I saw you join kind of near the end of the show, so you texted ask to the 480 number. So I want to bring you out. We're diving into confidence, and we want to feature your question. So, John, what's your question? Real quick, no story, no preamble. We got time for 2 or 3 minutes here.
Got it, Michael. Why don't you retell the story about when you first became recognized as a motivational speaker, when you walked into that gym and suddenly you were giving a speech and told them how much you charged?
Well, that's interesting. I'll give a quick version of that. I covered that during Call to Action. Appreciate that bringing that up. And I'm just going to go very simply. I'll give you a little piece of the story. And thank you, John, for bringing that up right now. And obviously, you get the whole story. You got to get on Call to Action to get the whole story. And that's not John prepping me to do that. I don't have time to give the quick version of that. But what I'd love to say right now is, and I share this with all of you, the guy asked me a question and he says, what do you do? And I just quickly, a couple days earlier, my preamble started. And this is how my career began. I typically only cover this in Call to Action, so I'll say it like this. My career began like this. I decided a couple of days earlier that I wanted to be a speaker. I saw a great speaker. That's a whole nother story in itself. And I said, I'm going to be one. So the guy asked me what I did. And I could have totally told him what I was selling, what I was doing at the time. And I literally looked him in the eyes and it just came through me. It's like, I'm a motivational speaker. And he goes, really? And he goes, really? Can you train our people? And I said, I don't think your team can afford me. I was dead broke. I had nothing going on in my life. I was dead broke. And those are just words that came out of my mouth. I have no idea where they came from. And then I stopped myself and go, holy crap, I cannot believe what I just said. Yeah. I said, here's what I'll do. And I was canceling a gym membership at the time because I wasn't living near there anymore. So you cancel the membership, I'll come back and I'll do an hour with you. And if you like it, you can hire me. And literally that started my entire career, that one statement. So it was one line. It just came out of me. I didn't plan for it. I didn't prep it, but I did. Now that John's bringing this up, I prepped it the night before. I said, you know what? I'm a speaker. Yeah. And I literally made that decision myself. So I appreciate you bringing that up, getting me to relive that right now, but that was the answer.
You have been prepping for that moment more than just walking in the gym.
Yes. It was prepped in my head because I built stories and dreams and desires. It was a couple of days of saying I'm going to eventually do that. And then boom, that's how it came up. So thank you, John, for helping me relive that moment. And for those of you out there, if someone asks you that question, like, what do you do? Tell them what you do. Yeah. Tell them what you really, really want to be doing and just say it. Here's what I do. And I get excited thinking about that because that was a big moment.
It was a big moment, and it led to this moment. And we're so grateful for everybody that tuned into this week's episode of the Michael Bernoff Show. How to be more confident in any situation. Drop us a takeaway or two in the chat. We want to hear what you got from today's episode, even if you're watching the replay. Let us know. Also, let us know what you want future episodes, Michael, to cover. What else do you want to see more on communication, influence, mindset, say whatever it might be? We want to hear from you so we can. How do
they tell us that?
Yeah, well, we'd love to hear in the chat, in the comments on YouTube. We're looking at all of that, but also if you text show to 480-800-8051, you can get on the VIP list. You can text in some of your thoughts as well, communicate with our team, and never miss a beat with the show. Michael, any final words before we close out today?
Yeah, so here's the deal. I'm going to say it like this. You're a high performer. You're very talented. You're using your confidence in mysterious ways. You're already a super confident person. Remember this. You have unlimited amounts of confidence that you're using. You just may not be using it the way that you choose to be. So one thing you got to look in the mirror and go, I am super confident. And that's not like I'm confident. You're super confident. You're just using a little here, a little bit there. You're a high performer. You're just not maybe like high performing on maybe the wrong thing. So it's not even the wrong thing. It's just choose how you use your confidence is better than I need to become confident. Let's remove $20, $30 million a year if it's working for the business owner, making $1 million a year, if it's working for the guy to get in great shape or the girl to get in great shape, it'll work for you. And the statement's simple. You're going to get there at one point. You're super confident. How are you using it? And what would you rather use it for? And when you shift that, that's when things start to change. So subscribe to the channel, click the little notification, share this with somebody you care about, and let us know how we can serve and help. Even if you're watching this after the fact, please, you got to this point, give us in the comments. We're going to scrub these. We're going to look at these. We really need to know how we can serve and help you best, because the world deserves more high performers that get what they want, and you're next. Every day you wake up, you get up and go, and you live the life that you created. You're doing okay. Nothing's really wrong, yet it could be better. You're powerful, yet sometimes it's harder than it should be to just get out of bed. And when you do, you look at your bank account, you look in the mirror at your body, and you realize that all that hard work have not given you the results you expected. And remember that date night you passed up? Or that family vacation you couldn't fit in? Because you were busy? And along the way, the same thoughts keep coming into your head. I know this could be easier. I know my life could be better. I know I could be doing more. I know if I were more disciplined or smarter, consistent or patient, focused or something, I'd be doing better, more relaxed, have more fun, finally enjoying life. But for whatever reason, you know what it is you need to do, but the challenge is getting yourself to do what you know consistently. Maybe you're focused on the wrong things, or struggling with saying no, or you're caught up in a pattern you can't break out of. You may be having a hard time finding the right people to help you, or doing everything for everyone else and ignoring the fact that putting yourself last is your real challenge. Something has to change, and you're ready for it. You just need a big, swift kick in the right direction, and that kick is call to action. Now, there's no surprise you're here right now, ready to take this course, because at the end of the day, that's what winners do. You do things like this. You put yourself in a position to win. Now, I know that everything happens for a reason. You're in the right place, ready to take call to action, and start building that momentum to get you what it is that you want in your life. Because at the end of the day, it's about determination and focus to get past the resistance you get from other people, from yourself, that slows you down. And once you get past that resistance, you learn what you're going to learn from call to action, you start getting what you want. That's what call to action is all about. During call to action, I'm going to introduce you to the you that can focus on what's important, take action in all important areas, finish what you start, and feel great about the results you achieve. So here's the question. Are you ready to become the next level you? This is the glue that starts to put it all together, to get you to understand the mental and emotional states and how to access them to start getting you more of what you want. To understand very basic, simple psychological triggers that you can use that change everything, that increase your motivation, increase your determination, start driving you to take action on a regular basis. And most importantly, answering the biggest question of all, what are they doing that I'm not? Can you imagine how much will shift in your life when you learn actual strategies, literally step by step, that'll show you how to get started, stay consistent, and follow through, so you literally will get more done in 5 days than you could ever imagine. Yet the most important part is the skills. The skills are shared with you in a way to get them to stick and to last a lifetime. The same skills that you need to start becoming the person you've always wanted to be, to live the life you've always wanted to live. I'm super excited to be on this journey with you, and even more excited to watch you achieve the results you want to achieve. Welcome to Call to Action.